Hello and welcome again. So, in this episode, we are going to look at Boolean expression or conditions. Now, I hope you all know of if and then else. But before you can perfectly use if else in programming, you need to understand the concept of condition or situations. Okay. All right. So, let's create a new project, a new console application. Now, we always want to select VB into bracket .NET framework. That's this particular one. But if already you've created a project, you've selected this already, it's going to appear under the side as what? Recent template. So you can double click on this or you can click on this from the side to work it out. So let me click on it here and then I'll go to next. This one I'll make it conditions. So create. Okay, so the application is now opened. Now, we have operators, a lot of operators. We have comparison operator, a lot of them, assignment operators, fractional operators. We have arithmetic operators and the others. So there's a kind of operator we call the comparison operator. Now, those ones are used for comparing variables. Comparison operator, they are for comparing variables. Example is a greater than, less than. So greater than, less than. We have greater than or equal to, less than or equal to, and the others. Now, this group of operators, they are used for comparing two or more variables. Okay. When you want to do any kind of comparing in programming, the group of operators you have to use is what we call the comparison operator. Okay. Now, for you to understand the purpose of condition or how conditions are formed, you need to first know this group of operators. Okay. So I will say I'll create one variable. So dim a as integer is equal to 1. And then dim b as integer is equal to 2. Then dim b as console dot write line a is greater than b. Now, when you have this kind of expression, you can see that the greater than is part of the comparison operators. So because we have the greater than in between these two variables, it means we are comparing the what? The two variables. Now, whenever you are comparing variables, the outcome you get is either true or what? Or false. Now, when you check this, do you think A is indeed greater than B? If you check and then A is greater than B, it's going to be what? True. If we check and A is not greater than B, the outcome will be what? It will be false. So this is what we call condition in what? In programming. Whenever you are comparing two or more variables using a comparison operator, it's what we call condition. And with any condition, the outcome is either true or false. Okay. Now, which data type can hold true or false? There's a particular data type that can hold only true or false. And we know that is what? Boolean. So I'll say dim result is equal to, result as Boolean is equal to what I copied. Okay. Now, the outcome of this condition can be either true or false. And so because it's true or false, you can't come and then create a variable of type integer or string. It doesn't work this way. Even though you are not getting any error, but this is not the right way of doing it. Since it returns true or false, we can receive it with what? A Boolean type. Okay. So that means whatever the result is going to be stored inside the what? The result variable. So when I run the program, you are going to see that result will return false. This is what we call a condition. So for now, keep in mind the list of operators that falls under the what? Under the comparison operators. Whenever you see two or more variables being compared, okay, then it means we are forming a condition. Some people decide to call it Boolean expression because the outcome produce either what, true or false. Okay, so this is one thing about conditions that you need to understand. We use conditions in if statement, conditions in for loop, while loop, all the loops. So it makes sense to understand that once it's a condition, it means we are what, comparing variables together. That is what makes it what, a condition. Okay, so this is it for this video. We will do the next one and we explore if statement and how they work. Thank you so much. I'll see you next.